Hi-ho. Silver lining everywhere that you go. Negroni. If I look like I'm just got out of bed, I have. It's Monday at 11:45. I've had a few hours skip, actually, since my Monday dinner time, lunchtime. You know, I have a few beers on a Monday lunchtime. It may be classed as a Monday club to some. To me, it's just Monday. And if I wasn't working on a Monday or if it rained, I had a couple of beers at dinner time. Anyway, I had a sleep in the afternoon. A lovely lunch, which was... There was only sausages, actually. It was yesterday when I had a duck. I had a lovely duck, which I shared with my neighbour, because I'm that kind of guy. But I've just been walking by my pain body, if you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't take much to awaken the pain body. If someone who has as complex a pain body as myself, or some people who have, a pain body which has been passed on through generations. My pain body awoke 2 hours ago. I live with it, I carry it. It's not about the eviction, it's not about the way I was treated as a child even, really, even though it is adolescence. It's around the time of the awakening of, let's say, adulthood. When you do, well, I suppose we are crossing lines here. Anyway, I've woken up to a double Negroni. Beautiful, man. Not everyone's choice. After 4 hours sleep, but the complexity of my pain body and the fact that my subconscious continually brings it up, and that 95% of the time I ignore it or question it or realise that it is something that I can switch off if I'm in the right frame of mind. I haven't been tonight. I haven't been, no. It was over a post I put on the Book of Fuckery. Just me smiling on a Monday afternoon after a few beers. A tune, a song. I was a Northern Soul fan in my day, even though not to the limit. The ones who went to the limit, instead of turning to the booze like I did, turned to the amphetamine and the dead. Yeah, most of the guys I know of my age are dead who followed Northern Soul because, like I say, it wasn't around alcohol. There was no alcohol in places like Wigan Casino. It was all based on the drugs you could get in, and that was amphetamine, which wasn't the amphetamine that killed them, which was at that time an actual prescription drug for people to lose weight. And in a pill, as in a pill or a powder. But, as room fuckers get, the major problem, as I recall, was that these guys started to inject it. So they crushed it, banged it in, and shared the needles. And that was the killer. The killer was the likes of hepatitis, which they passed on to each other through sharing the needles. Anyway, we're going to get away from that, right? And my pain body tonight was awakened by the fact that I posted this, just basically having a beer, Monday afternoon, and like a song by Ardeen Taylor. Yeah, you'll know. You may know the song Ardeen Taylor, "A Ghost in My House," which is a very famous Northern Soul song. But the B-side of it, called "Let's Go Somewhere," is in my mind a better tune, and isn't known by a lot of people. But as I said, that was my post. Smiling, having a beer with, basically play this tune and you'll feel good about yourself. Ardeen Taylor, B-side of a Ghost in My House, Let's Go Somewhere. And I woke up with it, like, a few hours after. Fuck me, that's an orange pip. After having a kip. I don't take a lot of notice of comments. But one comment came from a guy who opened and woke up my pain body. A talented musician, actually, who in life has bloody. We were never very close as friends. But he put a comment up saying, such as, "You could never dance anyway." And Northern Soul was all about dancing. And I couldn't. I was a little bit, two left feet, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And subconsciously, I wasn't. We know what it means, don't we? But this comment said to me that I couldn't dance anyway. And it was said by a guy who'd actually bullied me as a young man. And so my pain body turned me into which I don't like to be, someone explaining myself to this person. And whether I've upset him or not is irrelevant as far as I am concerned, but I had to dance in those days. I had to dance from him and the rest of the bullies that he almost, or had a hand in controlling at the school I went to. They were a year above me. They did fuck all but harass me for 2 years. I had no idea why. I could not for my life understand why 4 or 5 of, let's just say, the year above you at secondary school, so I'm 11 years old, the year above me, the second year, the cockiest, mouthiest, hardest, most sporty type characters flick me fucking ears in the morning at assembly, never stop fucking stopping me in the fucking corridors, putting me in a corner. This is what went through me. This is my pain body. This is what I went through, yeah? And he woke me up to it tonight when he said I couldn't dance, because I explained to him that I had to dance for the 2 years that I knew him and the rest of the bullies who picked on me, yeah, and abused me, basically, for 2 years. I'm not going to rant on about it because the instigator of those bullying periods ended up to be one of my very best friends, who died in his 30s, actually. But he was one of my very best friends. Yeah, it was just crazy how we ended up as buddies and spent many a great time, weekend, whatever, together, night out. Loved him. Mick Sharp was one of the best friends I ever had, and he did die. I think he was only 35 of an heart attack. But what I'm saying is, this was one of his cronies, one of his friends during this period, who chirped in after all these years. 63 we are. No, 66 we are, and he's 67. About me, yeah, for fuck's sake. Saying I couldn't dance. But as I said, I let him know that I had to dance around that. But what I'm basically saying here is that the pain pain body. We all carry one. It's drawn sometimes from the depths of our subconscious, so deep down that it may well take a few alcoholic drinks or a fright, basically maybe just a reminder of the bullying that drags this in. It's like a woman, isn't it? A woman carries a complex pain body through the way they were treated over generations in every country, every continent in the world, you know. A woman's pain body is far deeper than what a man carries. Man's always been the bully, hasn't he? Let's face it. And the woman's always had to, like, this is a complex pain body which goes from every angle. But like I said, I'm just talking about the basic pain body we all carry that is stored in our subconscious. Basically, so deep down, our subconscious, from what I'm thinking, is probably most of what we gather in that is learned in the first 7 or 8 years of our life as we grow up in the environment we grow up in. But then, there are the growing up periods. School, work, experience of, like, there's bullies throughout life, isn't there? And bullies don't start in school, bullies start in... Bullies are there throughout your life, even from where you can turn up in court next week accused of whatever, you know? And there'll be a bully on the fucking jury, or there'll be a bully in the fucking dock, or there'll be a bully sat with a fucking wig on. But anyway, what we have to do with it is control it, respect it, allow it to come in, yeah, but allow it to pass through. There's times in my life now, 67 almost, where I do think I'm, I've been paying a few visits the last week or so to my mum's brother, 87. Lovely guy, wonderful person. Yeah, really, in many ways angry about life. And I'm changing the subject here, but this is a pain body he's carrying. 87. The house he lives in, he's lived in for 87 years. It's where he was born, it's where my mum was born, it's where my granddad was born. And he's a very wealthy man, worked all his life, frugal, never spent anything he didn't need to, a good job, good investments. He'll sit in the house right throughout winter with no heating on or whatsoever. He's living in the pain body that is poverty as a child. Still continually turns its head up to me. I can't explain to you what I'm explaining here about the pain body. The pain body can be controlled. It has to be accepted. It's in your subconscious. It needs to be opened up. And you have to take not just control of it, but you have to do some research into what it's doing to you. I can't explain it in a 2-minute, 3-minute video or whatever. You can't explain it in hours. It's took me years of continually listening to stuff to get me to realise and react to what my pain body has done to me. Never mind what what the pain body's done to me uncle. Well, I'm just going to title this Pain Body. And I hope some of you guys on here who've, have known a long time now, you pop an odd comment on and I pop an odd comment on. Oh, yeah, still, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm just got up at 10 to 12. After being asleep, probably since 7 o'clock, whatever. The night's mine. I don't go out, so I'm not going to go down down to, well, there won't be a pub open in this area where I live in, but I'm not going to go. I don't do. I think probably as long as I've known you all, I've always had a beer afternoon. I sleep more than I ever slept. I sleep better than I've ever slept. I must say one thing, and this is related to the pain body, but my 3 or 4 hours sleep after my afternoon few pints, and I mean 3 or 4 beers, a nice lunch. I always like to eat well. I have 3 or 4 beers. I have a lunch mid-afternoon. And I know it's not very healthy, but I do sleep after that. And I sleep well for 3 or 4 hours. I sleep well for 3 or 4 hours with no recollection of being asleep. Basically no dreams, no nightmares, no nothing. And that's sleep when you go into the unmanifested, as far as I can gather, yeah. You're basically dead. You've died. Your form has passed through. Your mind has gone off into the unmanifested. You're in the next stage of the universal, whatever happens. But I remember nothing. With the problem being, after that, 3 or 4 hours sleep, any sleep I have in the next, that could be 7 o'clock when I awake, and then 9 o'clock. Any sleep I have in the next 7 or 8 hours till I get up at 4 in the morning or whatever, which I normally do, is absolutely filled, full of nightmares and crazy dreams, traps and trips. And I mean, last night, what was it about? I couldn't get out of a place anyway. My son was with me. We both couldn't get out. We were trapped in. Everything was collapsing around us. We had to. This is how it is. Yeah, that's how my mind works these days. But I just had to pop on this time of night. Women Negroni, double Negroni, and do you know what? It's 12:10, and I'm gonna have another fuck. You know what I mean? Try a Negroni when you need to settle the mind. You need to recognise how the pain body works. Take care. Love you all. You're good people, You won't be listening to me, because I'm a good guy. Never mind what the guy said about me not being able to dance, man. Yeah, take care.